What's up? I'm out here doing my AM sun gazing. Sun's a little high now, so I've already finished my sun gazing, but now I'm going to begin working on doing some breath work, some breathing exercises, which have been very pivotal in my personal development. I used to be incredibly filled with anxiety, and at one point I was on a whole boatload of medications. Mostly is Xanax, and used to be an incredibly heavy drinker. And when I finally got off of all substances, I started to adopt meditation practices, and I had some experience with meditation prior to going down the path of trying to find release through substance abuse. But I found for myself that when I really got back into trying to get a hold on my mind, that the act of doing breath work was it was probably how do I put it? It was probably the easiest, let's just put it that way. Probably the easiest thing to get into, and that's why I recommend it for a lot of people, because many people can't get into any type of meditation practice simply because they can't sit still. And that's okay, because especially in our modern world, we tend to not sit still. But the act of doing breath work, really, it serves as like a mechanical meditation, I guess we could call it that. And as a mechanical meditation, it can allow some people who tend to have more of a racing mind, it can give them more of a sense of focus, because they're kind of doing something. And at that same time, once you get deeper into breath work, it can allow you to settle into those deeper parts of the being that you would normally access through maybe just a plain simple sitting meditation. A lot of people achieve a similar thing too with long distance running, or even some of the more power driven yogas. I know that when I do more power yogas, I tend to get into that state despite kind of being in awkward positions or having muscle fatigue. But the thing with breath work, it's safe for, I can't really think of a situation that it wouldn't be safe for. There's always going to be something, but a very, very simple breath work. I'll just go over two. I do something like the Wim Hof method, which is usually, it's about 30 to 40 deep inhalations and exhalations, and there's plenty of info on the web about that, as well as he offers a course. So I won't get into. I'll just go into the really simple ones, is just the act of following your breathing, so in through your nose and out through your mouth. And a lot of people will derive benefit from using some type of visualization, so picking a color that is good to you. And you'll say, just like the color green, like you're breathing in green, you're exhaling in brown, you're breathing in white, you're exhaling black. If you want to do something like it's in taking something away from you, if you want to use that as a mode of helping yourself to release energies in you that you may find to be negative, or things that may be holding you back, that can be a way of releasing it through potentially when your brain in your mind, I'll just say, gets into that spot. Sometimes it allows you to look at your problem from a different angle, because that, in my opinion, is what releasing really is. It's not just saying like, oh, I let this go. It's actually seeing something for what it is, and maybe because you have that different angle of looking at something or approaching it, you're able to better deal with that. I'll only speak for myself in saying that everything that I was able to overcome in my life, whether that be about myself personally or situations that I may have had no control over, it was through seeing it from a different angle, not just saying the hell with it and let's just forget about it. It was understanding if I was wronged, understanding somebody else's perspective. And that doesn't mean that you take on the not quite a victim mentality, but just like forgiving people, completely forgiving people for, especially if they continue to wrong you. I mean, in that situation, you need to remove yourself from it, if at all possible. Sometimes that's not possible, at least in the immediate future, but you can possibly do it later on. So breath work has helped me to see that. So you can do the breath that I just mentioned to you, and there's also, if you need more of a mechanical as well, as this can have different effects on the body. Some say that it balances the both hemispheres of the brain, is pranayama, which this form of pranayama, you're basically just alternating nostrils. So you can just go in and then out, and then in, out. And you can just do that for, you know, if you're new to it, just say you're going to do 30 repetitions. So in and out, and then in, out, that's 1 repetition. So do that 30 times. When it comes to any, whether it be breath work or meditation, I always suggest to people just getting into it to undershoot it. So if you think that you can only sit still for 5 minutes, sit there for 3. Set a timer for 3 minutes, and then just gradually build up, because there's no point in saying that you're going to go do some, you know, 1 hour meditation and then being frustrated 10 minutes in and then just giving up. So we want to just build that momentum. And the pranayama is great because you can, I mean, it's, when you do it, you can do it if you're just sitting in traffic. If you find yourself aggravated at work and you're sitting at your desk, and, you know, or you can maybe go into, if you're in an office building and maybe there's a free conference room or a, what do they call those, telephone rooms. You just go in there and do some breath work, and it helps to balance things out. When most people tend to breathe too shallow, you want to always make sure that you're breathing from the depths of your stomach. So imagine you're like breathing into your belly button almost. That can be beneficial as well. And breathing deeper, it allows you to get more oxygen spread throughout your lungs. Most people tend to shallow breathe. They're like chest breathers. And another thing with the pranayama is, or even with the first one that I told you, if you deal with a lot of anxiety and a lot of nervous tension, what you want to do is make sure that you're keeping a nice flow going. Because anxious people, when I was one, I would constantly find myself holding my breath. And, you know, even if it was only just like I'd just be, you know, going about my day doing my thing, and I'd be like, and I'd realize that I'd stop breathing for 5-6 seconds. And so what you want to do is, by doing either one of the breathing exercises that I mentioned, you're setting up those neurological pathways to keep a nice flow with your breathing, and that can help to alleviate a lot of nervous anxiety right there. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why somebody can be nervous and anxious and all that good stuff, but always just try to cover your the simple things first. You know, you could be nervous or anxious because you've got lead poisoning or mercury, but I always like to look at the simple things first, and most people tend to shallow breathe. So that's that. Yeah, love being outside. If you can get outside today, go out and do it. Shut off this video and go walk around your block, but do that after you go check out my website, which I'll post my link to it below, and sign up for my newsletter. And with that, you'll get my 6 essential building blocks for creating optimum health. Follow those simple things. It's what I did to help bring myself back to a state of health. I was really sick, and now I'm absolutely thriving, and I probably feel better now than I ever have in my entire life. And, you know, there's always something that you can do to improve, but starting out with just some essential things and building upon those, you create a foundation, and you can go off and try a whole bunch of other cool things after that. But get the simple things down: sleep, sunshine, good food, more sleep. Sleep is a good thing. Won't kill you. Make you live longer. Keep you less stressed. Okay. See you later. Talk to you.